Hi, and welcome back to Still Processing. Wherever you're watching or listening, welcome. I'm Mindy. I'm so grateful that you're here. Today, I'll be reading Chapter 12, Leaving the Drama, and I'll actually be uploading more videos today because I'm reading 3 chapters. I got a little bit behind in my daily reading a chapter a day. So thank you for being here with me. Let's get started. Chapter 12, Leaving the Drama, Repairing Your Nervous System. She walked into my salon with her shoulders folded in on themselves, like they were trying to protect her from the weight she was carrying. She sat down in my chair and looked at me in the mirror, trying to keep her voice steady, but it cracked anyway. I don't know what's wrong with me, Mindy. I finally ended it. He moved out. I should feel better, right? But he just keeps calling, saying he's changed, saying he just wants to talk. And every time I let him in, I believe him. I fall for it. Then I just end up crying in my car like an idiot, hating myself for being so fucking gullible again. She shook her head and laughed a little in that way that women do when we're trying not to cry. It was the kind of laugh that feels like a warning. If I don't laugh, I'm going to lose it. I didn't try to fix it. I didn't rush in with advice or say me too. She wasn't asking for a solution. She was asking to be seen. So I gave her space, witnessed her. Let the silence stretch long enough for her nervous system to start settling in the mirror across from mine. Then I gave her the only truth that ever helped me. I get it. I really get it. Because if my ex were still alive, there's a good chance I'd be dancing that same dance. He didn't leave the way most exes do. I didn't get to block his number or have one last big fight or watch him walk away. He left through death. And even that didn't stop the stories from replaying in my head. I still wondered, what if he had stayed? What if he was still here, promising he would change? What if I had to keep co-parenting with him while he kept weaving his way back into my peace every time I got strong enough to stand up to him? Even with the finality of suicide, I've had to grieve the version of me that still wanted to believe he meant it when he said sorry. And that's what this chapter is about. Not just how to leave, but how to stay gone from that drama. How to stop letting that same person pull you back into that same spiral. How to calm the part of you that keeps reaching for chaos like it's comfort. Because for a lot of us, it is. The fantasy is harder to leave than the person. One of the hardest breakups you'll ever go through isn't the one where you walk away from a partner. It's the one where you finally admit to yourself that the version of them you were clinging to was never real. She looked at me that day in the salon with glassy eyes and whispered something I've heard more times than I can count. I don't even think I miss him. I think I miss the version of me who still had hope. That line cracked something open in me, because sometimes it's not about them at all. It's about you. It's about those pieces of you, that part of you who still believed that they could get it right, the one who believed in love and trusted that there was a version of this story where you could both be happy. That if you just waited long enough or loved well enough, hard enough, things would finally fall back into place. But what if you've been trying to force a happy ending into a story that was never safe to begin with? Why it's so hard to let go. Most of the women that I coach already know better, just like she did, just like I did. They've read the books. They've gone to therapy. They're smart. They've blocked and unblocked numbers a dozen times. They know the person that they're dealing with isn't good for them. But there's a difference between knowing and feeling safe enough to act on that knowing. That's where your nervous system comes in. If you grew up around tension, walking on eggshells, or a love that had strings attached, your body adapted. Your nervous system learned how to survive by staying alert, by predicting moods, by calming chaos around you. And when you spend enough years living like that, your body stops recognizing calm as safe. It starts to see stillness as a threat. Peace feels foreign and scary, and you start to confuse intensity with intimacy because that's what your body learned love was. So when the chaos leaves, it doesn't feel like relief. It feels like withdrawal. And that withdrawal sends your system scrambling back toward the source of the adrenaline. Not because it's good for you, but because it's familiar. And people who thrive on drama know that. They know which buttons to push. They know exactly which words to say that will trigger the response that they want from you. They don't have to be conscious manipulators to be good at it. If you've ever told them what you needed, they will absolutely use it back against you to hook you. A little nostalgia here, perfectly timed apology there, reminder of a birthday or the way that you used to be. And just like that, you're caught right back in the cycle again. Breaking the cycle starts with the body. This is not about how smart you are. It has nothing to do with being strong enough or knowing better or being over it already. This is not an intellect issue. This is your nervous system. And healing that is not an intellectual process. It's a physical one. You have to learn how to sit in the stillness and not panic. You have to teach your body that silence is not abandonment, that you are safe now. You have to remind yourself over and over again that peace isn't something that you earn, it's something that you choose. The more you practice choosing it, the less gripping the chaos becomes. The less tempting it is to answer, to fantasize, to justify, to rewrite that past in a way that makes the pain worth it. It's not about shutting down your feelings. This is about building capacity to actually feel them so that they don't bowl you over when they come around, so that you don't need to call someone who's already proven to you that they cannot hold these feelings for you. I want to introduce you to a nervous system tool, Ho'oponopono, as a regulation ritual. One of the gentlest, simplest tools I have found for calming that spiraling, grasping part of me is the Ho'oponopono prayer. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. Ho'oponopono is a Hawaiian healing ritual made up of 4 lines. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. That's it. You say these things to yourself, not to the other person, and you don't have to believe in it right away. You don't have to feel better the first time. This is less about fixing and more about reminding yourself of these truths, softening in, and it's not about saying these words to the person who hurt you at all. It's about directing them inward, the only place that you can control. The part of you who keeps reaching back because she doesn't know any other way to feel safe. We are teaching her now. She is safe. How to use it. Number 1, pick a moment, a version of you, a stuck feeling that's ready to shift. It might be the you who just got off the phone again, already regretting it, or the younger you who thought she had to earn love by sacrificing herself. Choose your starting place. We'll start here. Number 2, put your hand on your heart or your belly. Give your body some kind of anchor. Let yourself know that you're here, that you've got yourself, and that it's safe. Number 3, you'll say the words slowly like you mean them, with intention. You don't have to feel profound. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just let each line land in your heart like a healing balm. Number 4, repeat it when you're spiraling. When you're tempted to reach out, when the silence gets loud, when peace starts to feel hollow, say it again. Say it every night if you need to. Number 5, don't rush the results. This isn't a magic spell, it's a nervous system companion. Over time, the ritual creates space between you and the panic. You start to believe these things that you're saying, and there will be a difference between the feeling and the reaction. You're not broken, you're just rewiring. This is about healing. This is not necessarily about leaving a person. This is about leaving a cycle. This chapter names the way that trauma taught your body to cling to chaos and learning how to unlearn that one breath at a time. This is one of the most important things you'll do, rewiring yourself. You're not a fool for hoping they'll change. You're not weak for missing the fantasy, for wanting it to all go back to the way it was. You're not dramatic or over-emotional or codependent. You're just someone who's trying to repair what's been wired into your body for years without you even knowing it. And you're doing it. Every time you ignore the message, every time you notice the craving without reacting, every time you go to sleep without reaching out, and every time you revisit this kind of a prayer to soften into safety, you're doing it. That's the work. That's the healing. Every time you go to sleep without reaching out. It doesn't happen all at once. You'll still have moments where you miss the version of you who believed. You'll still replay old fights in your head from time to time, wondering if maybe things could have been different. But more and more, those thoughts start to feel like old, shitty reruns. Something familiar, but no longer compelling. Like a show you used to love, but finally outgrew, and you're not tuning in anymore. Part 3 is waiting. This isn't the end. It's the beginning of something quieter, something deeper, something softer than you probably ever allowed yourself to want. This next part of the book is where we talk about how to stop fighting for the version of them that you imagined and start returning to the version of you that's real, your truth, the one who's still here, still showing up, still choosing herself, even when it's hard. Peace doesn't mean it doesn't still hurt sometimes. It means you're done hurting yourself by staying in the cycle. The version of you that's already made it through this is a lot closer than you think. Let's go meet her. That concludes chapter 12. And next we'll be leading into part 3, navigating the aftermath. If you're still here with me, thank you so much for watching along, listening, and I really hope that you enjoy it. And I hope that if you know anyone who may benefit from any of this work or any of these words, please feel free to send this along to them and to subscribe here, wherever it is you're listening. And yeah, that's it. So stay tuned for the rest of the book coming very, very soon. Thank you. Till next time. Love you, mean it.